Hello, and yes, we are live tonight. This is your host, Doreen Lettsome Reid, Confident Woman World Tour Chat. It is amazing to be back with you here tonight again. Another beautiful woman from all around the world. We're just stopping in Asia tonight, and we are camping out with our guests here tonight. And it is such an amazing opportunity to have her. And I welcome you. Go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Lee, and exactly where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Doreen. It is a pleasure to be here with you. You said tonight, but I just want to stick a pin in to let you know that it's morning here in Asia. It's 7:30 on Friday morning on my side of the world. So it's a pleasure to be with you. My name is Kareem, as you mentioned earlier. I am from the twin island nation of Antigua and Barbuda. That's in the Caribbean. I am an author. I have the privilege of stewarding a nonprofit called Hummingbird Journeys. But what is most important, what is foremost before any of that, I am a daughter of the Most High God. And so, yes, thank you very much for the invitation, and I am happy to be speaking with you.
Yes, I am happy that you're speaking here all the way from Asia. Woo! This is exciting because I told the ladies, I said, Leaders Rise in the Confident Woman World Tour. We are going to be doing these world tour chats every week, and we're going to be literally stopping by different areas of the world. And you are literally already on Friday's time. And I'm still here in South Carolina, little old South Carolina. I am literally here still on Thursday night, 7:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And God, in his magnificent way of how he creates time zones and locations and places. And yes, you are a daughter of the King. He knows exactly where you are and how to connect us. You're all the way on the side of the world, and we are literally here connected. And it just, every week, he blows my mind. Every week, it blows my mind. And I told God, I said, okay, I want it to be a true world tour. I don't want to just be saying that it's a world tour and I don't have connection with women from all around the world. So as we prepare for Leaders Rise in the Confident Woman World Tour, which will be Thursday, July the 22nd and Friday, July the 23rd, all of these Confident Women World Tour chats are leading up to that main event. And, Miss Lee, I'm so anxious to hear about, your perspective of how is Asia? I've never been to Asia. I would love for you to kind of like paint a picture in our mind, in our hearts about Asia and the Asia culture. And you also have ties to Antigua. So just go ahead and give us a backdrop of your country, your culture.
Sure. So I'll do that, of course, from the faith perspective, Doreen. And yes, I am born and bred, as we say, Antiguan. I left Antigua about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I journeyed east. And whenever I tell the story, I like to share the account of Elijah in 1 Kings 17. So in 1 Kings 17, we're introduced to Elijah, who, of course, is troubled. He's anxious. He's fearful. He's wondering, okay, what do I do? I've just pronounced judgment on my enemy. So what do I do now? And in 1 Kings 17, we see that God says to him, listen, get out of here and head eastward. And so when I tell my story, I like to drop that in because that was my experience about 5 years ago. Was going through a difficult season of my life, had encountered a few roadblocks, some disappointments, some heartbreak. And God said, you know what, Kareem, get out of here and journey east, head eastward. And so that's how I came to Asia. I came east. And just as 1 Kings speaks of Elijah's experience, and it says that there God hid him, God gave him time to hide and to heal, I can testify that that truly has been my experience. Now, I'll tie that into the discussion on the differences in culture because, of course, as we all know, the Caribbean is predominantly a Christian society. Yes,
Okay.
there are other persuasions. Yes, there are other expressions of faith. But generally speaking, the Caribbean is known to be Christian. And
Okay.
Antigua and Barbuda is no different. So for us in Antigua and Barbuda, it's again predominantly Christianity that you would hear of. And so most of us would have grown up in church, and we would have had that routine of what church is. There is hardly anyone that you would speak of who does not have an awareness of God, or who does not have some connection to church in some form. Now, the relationship side of it is a different thing altogether. But of course, leaving that environment and moving to Asia meant that I was now open to a more open culture, a more inclusive culture. I was exposed to varying persuasions. I was exposed to different ideologies and the predominance of other faiths other than Christianity. And so it was an eye-opening experience for me, especially having to spend the time to question myself, to search myself, and to understand, do I really believe what I believe? Do I believe what I believe only because I was brought up in a Christian environment, and so I've been conditioned to operate in that way and to accept Christianity? Or is that something that I deep down inside of me really believe? And so, the journey involved me actually getting to know more about myself, getting to drill deep down into a true relationship with God, finding myself completely in Him, and also getting clarity on what His purpose is for my life.
It's amazing that you're saying, and I've heard this talking with all the women from different parts of the world. It's amazing that when Jesus Christ, the ultimate businessman, when he said, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel, that's not a figment of our imagination. It is literally real that wherever you go, you will hear the gospel in some form. Now, I understand we still have areas, and I've also talked to missionaries, true missionaries and true evangelists that are literally in these areas of the world, these jungle areas, these very remote areas where there are villages and tribes and tongues that do not, because of the language barrier, are not able to receive the gospel. With that set aside, I'm still hearing, as I'm doing these Confident Woman World Tour chats, every woman from four corners of the world are saying to me, yes, Jesus Christ is known. The message of the gospel is being proclaimed. Now, what people do with that message, of course, is their choice. Like you said, you had to make a choice. And so I just am so elated. I'm so honored that you women, you stay up early in the morning, you stay up late at night just to come on this platform, Confident Women World Tour Chat. And I know it's God. I've been building this out for a year and a half. And every week he is stirring up my faith as a confident woman. This right here, what I'm doing is not easy. As I share with you backstage, I've asked God to strengthen my arm to pull all of these women together from around the world. And that is a daunting task. Why he gave it to me, I have no idea, because I'm not one of these women that travel. I'm not world renowned yet, but I do know my name is being spoken in multiple time zones. I'm being seen, heard, and paid in multiple time zones because I declared it over my life. But you understand what I'm saying? Normally, I don't even have a passport. I've never been on an airplane. My daughter and I, we literally just went on a helicopter ride a couple of months, for her birthday in May. So I'm not one of these world travelers, and is what I'm saying. You would think he would pick somebody that was a traveler, but I'm not a traveler. And maybe that's why he chose me, because it's opening my eyes to who he really is and seeing him through the eyes of women from around the world. So, Miss Lee, I don't know how to thank you, but I do appreciate you sharing your point of view, because I know it's helping other women around the world. Now, for you, you mentioned that you're rooted and grounded in your faith. I want to ask this question for you as a woman, and for you as a Christian woman that's also in business. What does that look like for you living in Asia?
All right. So, Doreen, before I answer that question, I want to comment on something that you said. Okay. And that is that, you're not a traveler, that you've never traveled. You've
not
never.
Yet. Not yet.
Not yet. But the reality is that we have the awesome privilege in this time that we are living in to touch places even without moving from our physical location. And for me, that shapes who I am as a woman of God. And so, just to clarify, that I am first a believer, I'm first a Christian, I'm first a kingdom citizen, and then the woman comes after. And so I look at everything that I do through that lens, the fact that I am a kingdom citizen. So that defines what I do. That defines how I do what I do, whether it is in terms of ministry or it's in terms of the not-for-profit work that I do, or it's in my corporate life, or it's in my business life, my entrepreneurial ventures. I am a kingdom citizen. That's what defines me. I am not locked into geographies, for example. And so I don't consider that I have to be fitting into a particular space. Yes, I may be physically present in this space at this moment, but God has given me a command to touch the ends of the earth, as you mentioned earlier. And so I'm going to do it.
Yes.
I'm not confining any of my pursuits to geographies.
Yes.
So I'm not an Antiguan businesswoman. I am not an Antiguan minister. I am not a female or a woman business owner. I am a kingdom citizen who has a mandate. And that is not confined by geography.
Go ahead on, Miss Lee. Go ahead on. That's what I'm talking about. We're not in a box. Miss Lee has literally burnt her box. She doesn't have one. It does not exist. And this is what it looks like, ladies. This is what it looks like. Hashtag a confident woman. This is what it looks like. From all the way from Asia, I am bringing you this confident woman that says, I'm not a female. I'm not I am a kingdom citizen, period. That's it. That sums it up of who I am. And if that doesn't sum it up, I don't know what else is. That is a very bold statement, such a true statement of faith, that you are boldly proclaiming your faith in the worldwide marketplace. I salute you. I salute you, Miss Lee. I just salute you. That is amazing. That right there, that will preach for days, but we don't.
We bless God.
Yes.
We bless God. But his word tells us that, Doreen. Psalm 24 tells us the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And so if I am a daughter of the King, it means that I have access to the earth and the fullness of the earth. Why are we limiting ourselves?
Yes, absolutely. And that is so true, because like I was sharing with you, this is just a reality. I was in my office. a year and a half ago, preparing for my show, my other show, Kingdompreneur Moment Live show. And I asked the Holy Spirit a question because he's my master coach. And so we were working together in my office and I was putting together a show. And I said, well, what is it like for a woman in a different part of the world? What is it like for her as a kingdompreneur? And that's exactly what you described yourself as. You're a kingdompreneur. I'm a kingdom citizen. I'm a kingdompreneur in the earth. And therefore my mission, message, and mandate is to boldly proclaim my faith in the worldwide marketplace, regardless of where I am. And so, that's when he started pulling me in contact with so many women from all around the world. And, the fact that I can literally say that I have international connection and international relationship with so many women is only by God's grace. And I do give him all the glory, honor, and praise for it. And so this has literally been an amazing conversation for Confident Woman World Tour Chat. I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate all the listeners, all the viewers. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and drop it in the comment. Hashtag the Confident Woman. I will see you next week. Next week, I'm taking my vacation. I will not be on air. I'm going to get me some rest. So ladies, I will see you the week after. And I do want you have something to do while I'm gone. You can go ahead and register and get your all access VIP ticket to Lead Us Rise in the Confident Woman World Tour. We already have it there for you. The link is there. You literally just have to click and get your VIP all access ticket. And, we are looking forward to having you for both days. Your ticket is good for both days. It's total VIP access for Thursday, July the 22nd and Friday, July 23rd. It is going to be phenomenal. Coming into the worship experience that morning, coming into the VIP all access, all things business masterclass, you'll be able to get involved with the influencers, get business information, finance information. Your life is literally getting ready to change. And of course, you can spend some time with me with Confident Woman Incubator. And so it's everything for you right there at the fingertip. All you have to do is literally click and get your VIP ticket. And so with that being said, we're going to say goodnight. Miss Lee, would you like to say something before we leave tonight?
Just to encourage the women who may be connecting to this to live in the fullness of who God has created them to be. He has already given you everything that is required for life and for godliness, to take hold of it and move confidently in that.
Amen. Very well said. Thank you, Miss Lee, for joining us all the way from Asia. Have a great morning over there in Asia. You're just getting started on Friday morning.
Just getting started.
Mm-hmm. Probably are eating your sausage biscuit or whatever it is that y'all eat over there. I know they got McDonald's over there because I know Asia loves McDonald's. So you may be over there eating your sausage biscuit, and I'm getting ready to go get me a taco because I'm hungry. And it's just amazing that we have connected in different time zones. You're eating morning breakfast food, and I'm eating night food. But it has been a pleasure talking to you today. It's just been amazing. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us.
A pleasure, Doreen.
Yes, and have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.